Unseen Ties Part 4. Time didn't stop after that moment. It moved on quietly, steadily carrying both of them in different directions. For Lila, the days that followed were heavier than she expected. The silence left behind by the scandal lingered, but she didn't fight it the way she once would have. Instead, she slowed down. Fewer appearances, fewer smiles for the cameras, more time alone. At first it felt unfamiliar, but then it felt honest. She began choosing her work more carefully, surrounding herself with people who saw her, not just the image. And though the noise of the industry never fully disappeared, it no longer defined her. She wasn't just maintaining perfection anymore. She was learning who she was without it. And slowly, she began to thrive again. For Mara, time felt different, heavier. Every day carried the quiet weight of what she had done. She kept her distance from everything that reminded her of Lila. The studios, the people, even the places they had crossed paths. But no matter how far she stepped back, she couldn't escape herself. The mirror became harder to avoid, not because of her skin, but because of the truth behind her eyes. "I did this," she whispered one morning, staring at her reflection. Not with anger, not with excuses, just acceptance. And with that acceptance came something new. The desire to change, not to compete, not to prove anything, but to heal. For the first time, Mara made a decision for herself. She booked an appointment with a dermatologist, not to hide who she was, but to take care of herself, to start somewhere. Months passed before they saw each other again. No cameras, no crowds, just a quiet afternoon in a small cafe. Mara arrived first, her hands wrapped around a cup she hadn't touched. Her heart pounded with every passing second, doubt creeping in. Maybe she won't come. She wouldn't blame her if she didn't. But then, the door opened. Lila stepped in. Simple, calm, different. No spotlight, no performance. Just her. Mara stood slowly, unsure of what to say. For a moment, neither of them spoke. They just looked at each other. And this time there was no confusion in that look, only understanding. "I almost didn't reach out," Mara admitted quietly. Lila nodded. "I almost didn't come." A small, honest pause. Then, "But I'm glad I did." Something in Mara's chest loosened. "I'm sorry," she said again, her voice softer now, steadier. "Not just for what happened, but for who I was." Lila held her gaze. "I know," she said. And she did. Because somewhere along the way, Lila had realized something too. That perfection had never protected her. And broken people weren't the only ones who needed healing. She pulled out a chair and sat. Mara followed. No tension, no walls. Just two people, finally meeting without masks. "I spent so much time thinking you had everything," Mara said. "I didn't realize you were carrying things too." Lila gave a faint smile. "We all are." Silence settled between them again. But this time it was gentle. Not heavy, not painful, just real. Mara hesitated, then added, "I've been trying to do better. For myself." Lila glanced at her, noticing the subtle changes, the effort, the care, the quiet strength. "I can see that," she said. And she meant it. Another pause. Then, slowly, Lila reached across the table. Not dramatically, not as a grand gesture, just enough. Mara looked down at her hand, then back up. "Are you sure?" she asked softly. Lila nodded. "Not because it didn't hurt," she said, "but because holding onto it hurts more." Mara's eyes filled slightly, but she didn't look away this time. She took her hand. And just like that, something broken began to mend. They didn't leave as the same people, and they didn't try to go back to what they were. Instead, they moved forward. Together, not as rivals, not as strangers, but as sisters connected not just by the past they shared, but by the choice they made to rewrite it. And for the first time, that invisible thread between them didn't feel confusing, or heavy, or painful. It felt right, like something that had always been there, waiting for them to finally understand it. Like, follow and share for more stories like this.